Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Before we get started, if you like getting the story. Today we're diving into Gen Digital's latest 10K, and let me tell you there are some interesting twists and turns. It's like a cybersecurity company trying to outsmart a hacker. You never know what they're going to pull. But before we get started, if you like getting the story behind all the numbers in corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed, and don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for behind the scenes questions and to get content requests heard. This year, Gen Digital is talking a lot about extending reach, increasing value, and growing loyalty. So let's see how that's shaping up. They're the folks behind Norton, Avast LifeLock, and now Moneyline, all aimed at keeping our digital and financial lives safe, with nearly 1,300 employees across the globe and around 500 million users. But is this growth sustainable, or are there hidden risks lurking in the digital shadows? Well, let's decode it. To give you a sense of what's to come, we'll touch on everything from their mission and strategy to the nitty-gritty financial results, potential risks, and what keeps their executives up at night. It's a lot, but we'll break it down. First off, this report covers Gen Digital's performance for the fiscal year that ended in March. Keep in mind that because they have a slightly weird financial year, some of the information in this report will actually be almost 1 year old. It's the price we pay to get deep into their numbers. Their mission is bold, powering digital freedom, and they want to create technology to help people manage and secure their digital and financial lives. They protect about 500 million users in over 150 countries. They do this by offering security, privacy, and identity protection. Okay, so who are these 500 million users? That break down to roughly 65 million that are paying for cyber safety, of which over 40 million of those are billed directly by Gen. The rest comes from indirect or freemium models, which is free users who upgrade. Now let's scroll to the numbers. Alright, the part everyone cares about, the financials. Net revenue increased by $130.5 million, reaching $393.5 billion. This was boosted by good sales of identity and information protection products that brought in an extra 95 million, consumer security solutions that brought in another 53 million. That growth was a bit offset by legacy revenue falling by about 13 million. All in all, pretty good for them. Sorely jumped up by 500 million to 1.6 billion. This boost was attributed to lower legal costs, smaller amortization, and restructuring from the Avast acquisition, but net cash from operating activities didn't keep up, with it dropping a lot, 843 million, which might be worth watching. And here's what investors will be looking for. The diluted net income per share went up to $1.03, which is up from 0.95 ants in the prior year. This boost was because operating income went up and also helped to decrease their interest expense. Their cash position looks healthy at over 1 billion, rising about 160 million compared to last year. Fueled by operating cash, this led them to return about 955 million in capital to investors through buying back shares, paying off debt and dividends, all good signs. Let's dig into the customers themselves. The metrics table shows some decent growth. Direct customer revenue jumped from 3.341 to 3.46 million ETUS desatiate. Keep in mind that those numbers don't tell the full story. There's a risk that the way that they are measuring these numbers, direct average revenue per user, direct average revenue per user, direct average revenue per user, direct average revenues I 40, as they have many ways that they sell their products and several backends that can be error prone. 1.3 million, now at 40.4 million SECSAF. Direct average revenue per user ticked up from 7.22 to 7 direct customer improvement full story. There's a risk that the way that they are measuring these numbers is not perfect, as they have many ways that they sell their products and several backends that can be error prone. Okay, now on to the scary stuff, the risks. A lot of their business is affected by how well the world's economy is doing. With conflicts all over the world, it's hard to guess what will happen. High tariffs, inflation, and money exchange rates also make things difficult. It could affect how much they earn and how they do business overseas. With all of their business running online, Gen Digital is a big target for cyber attacks. A breach could really hurt their reputation and cut into sales. They face constant attempts to hack their systems, steal data, or disrupt their business, and the increasing complexity is thanks to new tools like AI. Here's a growing concern. They handle a ton of personal info, which puts them under a microscope from privacy regulators. Laws about data security are getting tougher all the time, and they face increasing scrutiny from places like the FTC and state attorneys general. Also, their software solutions are complex and operate in a wide variety of systems, and there's no guarantee they'll always work perfectly, and problems may arise with their products. Here's the surprise. Gen Digital relies on Broadcom for some key engineering and threat detection services which are vital for their products. If Broadcom can't deliver, it could seriously disrupt Gen Digital's operations. This is an unexpected dependency that could impact their ability to innovate and protect customers. And the final scare for investors, if they have to pay more taxes, that would impact their income, cash flow, and reduce their work capital if tax authorities start auditing them. And if that's not enough things they're fighting from the outside, they are also sometimes getting involved in lawsuits and investigations, which would waste resources, money, and management attention to be spent elsewhere. Finally, they also note they deal with Moneyline and the potential for more shares to need to be issued. One detail that stood out is their new cybersecurity risk discussion. This year, they include the addition of a dedicated Chief Information Security Officer, or CISO. They're also working to better integrate security into their overall risk planning. It's good to see they're taking cybersecurity seriously, but that should probably be something that should have been there for a while. So what's my take on Gen Digital? The company has a lot of moving parts, acquisitions, global operations, and evolving technologies. So I believe they are well positioned to continue being a major player. However, it is extremely important for them to integrate different parts of their business. It might be hard for them to retain old clients, implement new technologies in a timely fashion, and protect against increasing cyber attacks. On the plus side, they have lots of money and resources to defend themselves from internal and external risks. Now, what do you think of the numbers and the filings? Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.